blue skies and the birds are singing, and it's gonna get better. Again, my Michigan, how I love you. Everybody, I am so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I'm so happy to see you today. I missed you and I think about you every single day. And so many of you have written me and you've been saying, well, what are you and Desi doing all day? And how are you coping? And how are you feeling? And one of the first things I wanted to touch on, when we are, at a certain age and we live alone, and it's very unique to the situation that we find ourselves in right now where, we have social distancing. So we can't really sometimes hang out with our family. We can't really hang out with anybody. So I think us feeling a part of something, us feeling connected, I think is very, very important. So what I have been doing is I call my son, or I message him through Facebook, and my son Sean, I message him and drive him crazy. And my sister, I have a sister in Texas, and she's in the medical field. Oh my gosh, she is such a doll. Anyway, she sent me a picture the other night of when, I believe it was when she graduated, and she had her little nurse's cap on, and she looked like a young Pam Anderson, only more beautiful. Yeah. All right, I digress. Okay, so the whole point is we kind of, we use what we can to connect with family and friends, even though we can't be there in person. We can bug the hell out of them. So my point is, through your phone or through Facebook, Instagram, keep in touch, of course, with your family and friends. That's like such a no-brainer. But also, too, I have a Facebook page, and I'm going to list it below. And so many of the ladies here belong to my Facebook page, and we talk all the time, and we feel very connected. It's not a club, it's not a group, it's my personal Facebook page that, I just decided, I just have to throw this open so we can all stick together. So I'm going to link that below. And you can be bored out of your mind with me pontificating on every subject in the world, but when I feel a little bit anxious, I love to walk outside, and I call it sky therapy. I look up at the sky. Desi does too, but he doesn't talk. I look up at the sky and I just start telling the sky my problems. And those problems turn into more sentences, and those sentences become paragraphs and reflective, almost prose of how I feel about my life. And it always takes a positive turn. And for me, when I think of taking a time out, just for me, especially right now, I think of that as being not only for me, but for the people around me, so I can be the best version of myself. Gosh, it's getting chilly, but I can hear the birds. Blue skies, and the birds are singing, and it's gonna get better. And I was reading the other day about fear, and the opposite of fear is joy. And we were just talking a few weeks ago about how when we get into our 60s, suddenly we get this burst of creativity. And nobody knows why that happens, but it happens. And so, we women in our 60s, we do amazing things, so creative. And so when I thought about joy being the opposite of fear or anxiety, which, we're all bound to have, from time to time, I thought about now how am I going to pursue my joy, tenfold? And I thought, you know what? I want to get my body in shape. I want to start lifting weights. I want to have strong arms. I don't want to be 75 years old and I won't be able to pick up a gallon of milk. So I want to be strong. So that's a 90-day goal for me. Not to mention I want to drop a little weight. I think some of us feel, when there's a national crisis, we feel guilty, Well, we shouldn't be pursuing our joy when there's so much suffering around us. But the thing is, we all deserve a time out so we can handle what's happening. We deserve a time out just for us. We're not used to that as women. We're used to, being a mom and a wife and a daughter, and, we're used to, having a career and paying the bills, doing whatever is expected of us. Turn everything off. Put on your favorite song. Just do anything that kind of just clears the deck. Something. Engage in something that brings you joy, maybe a new joy, something that is brand new to your life, to get your mind off things. In between praying for my family, for New York, for my country, I do try to find a few minutes to find some joy. We all have these amazing hidden talents. And all that energy that we put into anxiety and fear and depression, if we can just take all that energy and put it into something that gives us joy. Maybe we have to roll the dice. Okay, well, maybe I'm going to start a garden. I never did that before. And then after a while, oh my gosh, this is so fun. My tomatoes are coming up. I could never grow tomatoes, but anyway. They say write a letter and start out, Dear Fear. And then proceed to write down all the things that you are grateful for in your life and all the things that bring you joy. And pretty soon, you realize that all those things are so huge. And those tiny little seconds that you might feel fear are nothing. You can't be brave without fear. It's part of us.
Pretty face, you don't have to woo me, just admit that you owe me. You owe me. Pretty face, I can tell from the look in your eyes that you got
We women are tough. We were raised by the greatest generation. And we may get knocked down, but we get right back up. So, my point here is if you are alone like I am during this time, you are not alone. We are connected. We are connected by this group here. We have Facebook. We have important numbers on our refrigerator of our doctors and our family. And we have so much learning and so many different avenues available to us to pursue some type of joy, to chase that fear away. I love you. And things are going to get better. Yeah. We can do this.
Hello, buddy. You want to chat? Oh! 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 Well, you're not very friendly. What, was it something I said? What's the problem? Are you just upset? Alright. Well, maybe we could start over again. Hey, come back. We can work this out. Come on, where you going? Oh.
Desi? Desi, are you going to say goodbye to the people? Do you want to say goodbye to the people? Do you have Sheila's collar on? You know, all the salons are closed, so I bought this. I mean, I always have my hair done, highlighted at a salon. I have for 10 years. I don't even know what color my hair is. So we'll find out together. You have to tune in every week. Who knows? Desi, look. All those nice ladies who love you so much. Hey everybody, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We loved every second of it, and I know Desi needs a trim. We went for a long hike today and he's kind of stinky, but he'll be a Beau Brummel next week for you, I swear. But thank you so much for being here. Please take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay connected, and I'll see you in the next video. We love you. That joke, she was so stuck on herself she'd walk down the street holding a mirror. Imagine that. Would anybody do that?
Hey there, buddy. Where you going? What are you doing? He's gonna get me. You're gonna get me. What are you doing?